Good morning, everyone. This is the beginning of our second unit, the way I've broken things up. But what I wanted to do this morning for sure was thank everybody for participating in that discussion with my what I called a trick question. And it's not so much that it was a trick in any way, it was to trick us into thinking big about some real issues in the financing and the business end of sports. And with all the answers that came in, and as I may have hinted at earlier, they're very creative in their thinking. I like the way people were thinking about it. There was one correct answer, and I will explain that in a moment. So first, let me just go back and just real quickly tell you what's coming up, then I'll come back to the answer. Okay, what's coming up this week is we really make a move into a little bit more looking at some reviews and explanations of accounting, almost language, how to read accounting statements, how to read financial statements. Why is this important? Because this is the language that business gets conducted in. And what you're going to see is a review of accounting, kind of an interesting video, some information from the Securities and Exchange Commission as to how to read a financial statement, and then a whole lot of readings and resources about how sports enterprises make money. And this is something that's really going to take us the full gamut of the couple weeks to go through. So read carefully. I'll be talking to you later about how we want to handle things, but just get started going through the material, go through it carefully, okay? Seriously, don't skip through things. This is the place where we really set up some ideas. Now, what I want to give credit for is the correct answer. And I hope I pronounce your name correctly, Matthew. Matthew Durno, okay? Matthew got the answer right when he said it was the English League Championship playoff final. Now, the way I asked the question, you have to think about it for a minute. This is a scheduled game. This is going to happen every year. We don't know who the participants are going to be. That hasn't been determined yet because the season isn't over. And when you have to understand a little bit about the structure of English football, soccer, the Premiership, which many of us are familiar with, is the top division, the top league. The Championship is the next division. It's the second division. And in most of European and worldwide soccer, they follow a system of maintaining competitive balance called promotion and relegation. What that means is the top teams in a lower league come up, the bottom teams in an upper league go down. So in the case of the Premiership, teams that finish 18th, 19th, and 20th are demoted to the lower league. And the lower league, the Championship, 3 teams are promoted to take the place of those teams that left the Premiership. Well, the way they do that is first and second place in the Championship are automatically promoted, and then teams 3, 4, 5, and 6 have a playoff, a 2-game playoff, semifinals and finals, so it's actually a 3-game playoff to determine who gets that third spot. That playoff final is worth to the winning team not prize money, it's worth economic benefit. And notice the way I asked the question. It now is participating in the highest league with the biggest television revenues, the biggest stadium revenues, the biggest opportunities to participate in other competitions. It is huge. Matt, in his answers, said $218 million. It's actually more than that. It's more like 218 million pounds or more, which is on the order of $300 million. This is how much added revenue it means to that team. Dwarfs any other's competition, any other benefit that comes in organized sport. That's what just massive benefit. The reason I wanted to do that for us is not to come up with a little trick and get people thinking about soccer. It's to get people thinking about where do the revenues come from? Well, clearly television, clearly stadium benefits, clearly having the number of games you play against the quality of opposition. So that in a nutshell was what I was trying to get people to think about. People thought about things in different ways. I saw people thinking about series of games. I saw people thinking about individual sports where individual players make a lot of money. But for the most benefit to a team, it is that English League Championship final. Very interesting that only one person got it, but not unusual. I use this in many, many settings when talking about the economics of sport. So please back up, take a quick look, take more than a quick look. Look at the material we're starting out with, looking at the material kind of critically. If you have questions, ask, and you'll hear more from me later in the week. Thank you.